Hey guys, welcome back to Waters Family Homestead. Alrighty, so I listened to every one of y'all's suggestions, and if it looks like, hey, it can't hurt or it could improve me, then I'm going to try it. And Mr. Greg suggested that I do away with those tomato cages. And yes, they are a pain in the butt, especially when you're trying to put them back together and put them back in storage and use them the next year. And they fall over. They just don't seem to hold the plants that well. So I followed his suggestion. So I'm going to show y'all what I've done. I'm going to flip this camera around. Here we go. I put 2 stakes on these larger plants just because they've already gotten kind of large, and those tomato cages were down into the soil, so it loosened the soil a little bit when I pulled them out. Actually pulled roots up on one of them. So I put 2 stakes on these, and there's a tiny tomato growing on that one. Let me see if I can get it in the shot there. I don't know if y'all can, let's see. Can y'all see that tomato right there? It's kind of behind the limb. But, so there's a first tomato of the year for me. They've been kicking my tail this year. All right, so look at all the other grow bags. This one has Japanese pepper. This one has pepper. This one has pepper. This one has peppers. Now, I've never grown peppers before, at least not by myself. And that's peppers also. So this tomato, I put 2 in it because it was one of those that had the bottom rung of the tomato cage down in the soil, especially since we added soil. So I didn't want to take a chance of it falling over, so I put 2 stakes in there. And I did 1 on this little one that probably should have been replaced, 1 on this katana, 1 on this one, and see, you can see the roots that I pulled up with the cage because I had the cage in there too deep. But like I said, last year they fell over with me, so I didn't want them to fall over this year. So I'm going to try the stake method just like y'all suggest. So all these are tomato plants, different types: beefsteak, mortgage lifter, Marzano, and katana. So there's 4 different types of tomatoes back here that's planted. And you know, I'll add another stake. Now I did put 4-foot stakes in them because I had a lot of those. And let me show y'all what I got left. 1 6-footer and 4 4-footers. So I know I'm low, but that's all right. Everything I need a stake on is got stakes right now, and I could always pull a few off the grid that I built over here for the squash and zucchini if I need to, because I you know, that's high. I don't know if they'll get that high or not, but we'll find out. And hey, I'm learning as I go, just like many of you. So I'm going to and I actually, let me show y'all this. I actually trimmed 3 leaves off the bottom of this one that was growing out that I wanted to grow up. So I'm gonna leave those trimmed. I'm probably gonna trim these others as I tie them up and get them to grow up. Let them send that energy to the leaves that I want to grow. And hopefully I'll be growing vertical squash and zucchini pretty soon. Because these plants, these old plants, they're at the end of their life cycle. So nothing I can do about it except just keep doing it. Now, y'all know it was just yesterday, oops, sorry, I bumped the pole, that I added some soil to this bed around the base of these plants to try to get some fresh nutrients in there to get the color back from a yellow to a green. Now, it's only been 24 hours, but to me, it looks a little bit greener today. We'll find out in 3, 4, 5 days, see if they start getting green again, because I don't know what else to do. We're supposed to get some pretty good rain this evening and tonight. They're forecasting thunderstorms, so I'm not going to water. I didn't water yesterday, but I didn't even get any rain, and they forecasted it. So I'm not going to water today. I'm going to let the rain do its job. We did get a little bit of rain at work today. I'm trying to get used to where I put my hand. We got a little bit of rain at work, so I looked at my rain gauge. I didn't get any here at the homestead, but that's okay. I had a very light sprinkle about 20 minutes ago, and I really think we're going to get rain tonight. So at least that's the way it's looking anyway. But I also pruned some off of these squash and zucchini plants, some of the leaves that look really bad, because the plant's having trouble feeding nutrients to all the leaves and the fruit. So I'm pruning some of those leaves off, especially the ones that look bad. So hopefully the plant can send more nutrients to the fruit and grow them a little better before the plant is actually dead from the vine borers. But anyway, there's a little bit more I could do. And flip y'all around right here. There's where I threw the leaves. So that's going to be my new compost when I get done with cleaning the chicken pens. And I'm behind, but it's so hot and I've had so much stuff going on, I have not had a chance to get out there and get down to the original soil in the pen. And every time I do that, I find tunnels for mice up under it and all that, and the chickens have a field day. So with those babies in there, I'm just kind of avoiding it. I want the chickens to be big enough to actually eat the mice when they come out, and the baby mice we dig up and all that mess. So we'll flip y'all around for another second. You notice there's not any more seed trays on my old table saw there. That thing's 20 years old or more. But I've still got soil in the wagon that I can use if I need some somewhere. Let me spin y'all all the way around. I've got the table inside the little mini greenhouse here, and I've got my starter trays on the table inside there, and my wire for tying up the plants and stuff, and the stool is in there. So I'm liking the storage boxes here being outside. I put the grow bags that I wasn't using in there. They could go in the greenhouse, but I'm liking having easy access to those outside. And then I think when I start some more seeds, starting them in that greenhouse, you know, when the weather's nice, I can leave it open and just a screen on them. And then when the weather gets cooler or whatever, I can close that thing and let it stay a little bit warmer to help me germinate my plants a little better. So I'm really liking the idea. I still do not see a need for the actual raised bed to be in the bottom of it. Now the greenhouse came with the raised bed, so all in one package. Sorry, I'm switching hands. So I think pick that greenhouse up, slide the bed down to another location, put it somewhere else that I want more raised beds, and just deal with the greenhouse. I think that would work just fine, especially with the weed mat that I've got down everywhere. I won't have to worry about weeds growing inside of it, and I can still use it as the greenhouse. The metal bed, it being inside, since I'm not using it for a grow bed, doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I do need to stake down that tent though, that greenhouse, because in high winds or something, it could blow off because it's just sitting around that frame. It's not actually attached to the raised bed. But I need to put those braces on it if I do that. But I think that's probably what I'm going to do down the road. I don't know yet. I've just got too many things going on and not enough hours in the day and not enough energy for the hours I've got. So, anywho, I'm going to get off here, guys. I really like the looks of having the green stake instead of the grow bag, or the grow, what do you call them? Tomato cages. To me, the sticks just look a lot better, and I can control the plant a whole lot more. So I come out every day when that plant grows a foot above where I've got it tied, I'll retie it to that stake and just keep doing that as the tomato plant grows, and maybe I can keep them straight up this year instead of falling over when they get loaded. If they get loaded. Last year mine did. So that's kind of my goal this year. I really like that idea. Thank you for suggesting that, Mr. Greg. And you see, I did get it done. So I'm learning. Now I've got a lot more trellis netting in the house. I've got some a white trellis netting, and I think I've got 3 more bags of the green. So when I pull these other beds and decide what I'm going to plant in there, if I need trellis netting, I've got plenty for whatever I want to grow. So this year has been a very big learning experience for me. Turn the camera around. All right. So it's been a very big learning experience for me and my grandson, and I've enjoyed myself thoroughly. Now, we're getting into the hot part of summer, which, you know, in Georgia makes it miserable to be outside, but that's okay. I come out later in the evening and I work out here for an hour or two before dark, and I'm absolutely fine with that. But I do want to keep learning and keep growing, and hopefully it won't be long before I can start buying the materials I need to close this greenhouse in and turn it into an actual greenhouse. So anywho, that's my goal. You know, everybody's got goals. If you don't, you should. And one more thing, let me show y'all. I did move the Japanese eggplants into these last two grow bags. So that leaves nothing but the soybean in the old onion bed over here. And I've never grown eggplant or soybean, so I don't know how much space each one of them need. But that's what y'all told me to do, so that's what I've done. And when these, flip y'all all the way around, when these squash and zucchini are pulled because they're not producing anymore, these beds will be freed up. I'll probably add a little bit more fresh soil to them and replant something that will survive in the heat of the summer in Southwest Georgia. So if you've got any suggestions, send me suggestions on what to plant. Even if I don't currently say I eat that product like eggplant, I'm going to try it. I want to grow it. I want to see if I can grow it good or bad, or need to improve, you know, whatever, and try the food and see if it's actually good to me, because I've never tried eggplant. So I can't say I've eaten it, but I want to try new stuff. So if you guys out there have some suggestions on what... My dog's barking and my brother-in-law's over there on his lawnmower, so sometimes he rides over here to get air in a tire or something. But anyway, if y'all got suggestions on what I can grow and trellis and try to grow up and kind of keep the garden a little bit neater and prettier, that's also a benefit. So I appreciate that from y'all. Thank you very much. I'm gonna get off here, and y'all should be seeing this video Thursday. Guys, y'all just don't know how much I appreciate y'all's comments and suggestions. And you know, Mr. Tom sent me those fig trees, and matter of fact, let me walk over here and I'm gonna show you the fig trees. Now, it's been about 4 days since I planted them. 4 or 5, I can't remember. But look at there. That fig tree is doing absolutely great. I don't see any wilting or anything on it. Let's check this next one. One of the leaves fell off, but the other one hadn't, and it looks really, really good. And this is the one that's been looking kind of poorly that we're going to back behind the lean-to on the back side of the mini barn. So, yep, see, it's all wilted up, but it's got new tiny leaves growing on it. So I think it's gonna come back, and at least I hope it does. I'm watering them every day. So I want those, because I put good soil down in the ground. So hopefully they'll come back, and I'll have 3 more fig trees to go with the one big one over there, and see if we can't get figs to grow on it. All right, guys, as I said a little while ago, I thank y'all very much. Y'all do mean the world to me, and especially Reed and my homestead. We are learning lots from you guys, and we are enjoying trying your suggestions and learning the new stuff and sharing knowledge with the rest of you. So we thank y'all very much. Remember what we've always told you. Jesus Christ loves you, and so do we. Y'all be safe, be prepared. Grow some food.